Hey everybody, welcome back. Oh, it's been a while since I did a video because, well, to be honest, I've been busy working and the weather's been pretty terrible, windy as hell, so can't even do a video in the wind and nobody will hear what I'm saying. So I figured here I am, a little while later. I'll come out here and update you guys what I got cracking and show you some stuff. The old International, the Detroit. I don't know if it'll start today. It's still a little chilly. And then today's project, my 98 Kenworth, it's got a 02 and newer plastic hood on it. And I don't like it. It's not right. So I bought a 99 fiberglass hood. I'm going to swap that out today. So that's going to be, well, I'm not going to lie, it's going to be a real treat. And then we've got my 2008 Freightliner, which I probably have never shown in a video. We thought this thing was, actually we thought it was hoored. It's got 200,000 kilometers on a complete rebuild on a 14-liter 60 series. But when we were running it, the guys were telling me they were losing oil out of the dipstick and the blow-by, so we figured, shit, somebody figured we got a bad hole. And of course, never really got into it too much. So turns out this spring I went and drug it out of the hole it was sitting in and fired it up, and it doesn't have a miss at all. So I checked online a little bit with some research of what some fellas were saying, and of course this truck was EGR deleted, and Deadbeats deleted it. Didn't really do much with the crankcase filter, which is sitting, you know, back here. And instead they just run a line up from it and put a broomstick in the end of it. So I yarded that line off of that filter because it's bypassed now. And lo and behold, this truck runs absolutely beautiful. So I went from a truck that was probably going to end up getting junked to a truck that we can use, well, I can use, to do whatever I want. And then while I was poking around underneath last spring, I found that it's got some train horns under there, which I thought was really cool. And they are hooked up, so owned the truck for how many years, had no idea that it was even had a train horn, which I think is really cool. Anyways, so that's that truck. It's probably going to yank my holiday trailer around this year unless I get the Kenworth finished up, which I don't know if I will or not. Then the big Ford cab over with the cat. Can't do nothing with it. It needs a air compressor or something fierce. It won't make more than 60 psi, and it's just not happy. So it's getting an air compressor this year as well, and then it'll be pretty well good to go. And then my Kenworth water truck that you all seen, I sold it and took this pile of shit in partial trade. Now, the reason I took this piece of shit in the partial trade isn't because I like International cabovers. Fuck no. But it's got a completely rebuilt Big Cam 3 or 4 NTC 400 Cummins with 1,000 kilometers on it, hidden behind all that crap. You can see how they did a air intake delete. Farmers are fucked. But the reason I got this truck was because my 1980 Freightliner, the white one that you guys all saw, I went to fire it up last spring and it wouldn't go. Turns out the engine block has a bunch of cracks in it, so it's no good for nothing. So this summer, if I get time, the engine's coming out of this. I'm going to keep the front steer wheels and tires. I'm probably going to keep all the wheels and tires, and quite possibly these Bud hubs, so I can eliminate the Daytons on that old Freightliner. And then I'll probably end up keeping the transmission, because I kind of know where there's a Peterbilt 352 sitting that needs a transmission that I might be able to get cheap. And the rest of it will probably end up going to scrap, because I don't want it, and there ain't much use. The rest of it's just shit, so... Well, I might actually keep that alcohol pot, though. I like those. But yeah, so that's where we're at nowadays with my fleet of trucks. So, yeah, I don't know. Let me know if there's anything you want to hear fire. This one here we had a lot of trouble with. The check valve in the fuel pump we suspected was gone. So I've replaced it, but we haven't been able to get it fired up because it was out of batteries. And then of course out here I've got no fucking power. So I took the batteries home, charged them up. I'm going to yard this hood off and strip it. And then I might fill the filters up and see if I can't get it to start. And then we'll dress this hood, put her on there, and then I can kind of carry on. I've also got, I had to replace the jockey box doors because they were corroded something fierce. This one's got a bit of a dent here, so I might look for another one or see if we can pound that out. But these doors here, I've also got an upgrade. I got doors that have the window in them, and they're in white. So once I get the hood done, I'm going to replace these doors with ones with windows in it. It'll make it a hell of a lot nicer truck. Look cooler anyway. And then, because I'm really not working trucks anymore, we're probably going to yard these tire chain racks off. And I've got a set of chrome hangers like this one with Kenworth mud flaps on it, so I'll put those on here instead. It'll look a hell of a lot nicer. And then get some hubcaps on it, get these wheels polished, find another wheel for that because I bought a rim that had a crack in it. And yeah, I don't know, I might try and light this, so I'll do a second video if I do. It's a little chilly. This Detroit is so cold-blooded, it just gets angry. It doesn't want to start, but it is warming up pretty quick here, as long as this white bullshit melts. Then I'm in a mud hole here. I might fire this Kenworth and move it too to do the hood, who knows. But yeah, that's where I'm at right now. So I know it's been a while since I did a video, but yeah, work was crazy, but that gave me enough money to buy this other hood, which is pretty sweet. I basically stole it for what I paid for it, but yeah, and yeah, carry on cleaning out my 1970 Comet Pup. It's got a lot of truck parts in it, but it's also got a lot of stuff that we're just gonna garbage, so slowly cleaning that out so it's empty, so I can just kind of have an empty trailer, because my 53 footer is loaded with truck parts and some furniture. Not a lot, mostly truck parts and stuff from my shop when I had it, but yeah, that's where I am at. So keep an eye on my channel here. I'm probably going to do a few videos here. I got another week off before I go back to work from the layoff, so we'll get after it and we'll get you guys some more stuff to watch. See you later.